It is the 9th of September 2023 and it's my day 38 on the Lion diet of only beef, salt and water. This is the update of how I'm doing today. Well, my last few videos I've been posting about the smog, the pollution that's come in and how badly it's been affecting me and my progress with the diet. Well, today is continuing the same as that. It's been bad pollution, bad smog, and the worst thing is that the winds now have dropped to nearly zero today, yeah? And that's when it gets really, really bad. Still not good. Hopefully be better in a few days. But luckily, it's a Saturday. So that means the traffic build-up is less, so the exhaust fumes is a bit less. And the worst symptoms I've had from this is my ears are blocked up, aching. My lymph nodes seem more swelling and aching. And my tongue, which is a big problem because I had the tongue cancer 2 years ago. I had an operation to remove growth on my tongue. And my tongue has been swelled up even before the tongue cancer, my lymph nodes. Now they're even worse. So when the pollution was low the other day, low for 3 weeks, my tongue was feeling a lot better, my mouth, my lymph nodes were still hurting, but my tongue was improving a bit, I thought. But now my tongue seems swelling more, which affects my speech. My lisp becomes worse. And I don't like the aching of the. It just seems sore. My tongue feels sore and aching, and so what I put it down to is it's like the air turns acidic, so that's what affects my chest. My chest aches. I'm one of the people they call sensitive. When the pollution becomes bad, it affects sensitive individuals. The sensitive members of society, that's what I seem to be. Doctors haven't confirmed what's wrong with me. They can't work it out. They blame it on stress. But for me, it's when I get ill, through pollution and things, that stresses me out. It's not the other way around. But to them, it's the stress causing it, okay? No, I never used to get like this. I never used to get so bad when the pollution came along. So let me think what to say and pause it. Yesterday I was talking about the Zone 2 training, and I've been listening a lot more to the talk. He's got a few podcasts out. I've got a link in the description, and he's talking about the mitochondria. And now if people just become sedentary and they're not doing any exercise, basically we've evolved to be doing lots of work and exercising the bodies naturally just by living to survive and everything. And all of a sudden we're in the age where people are just sitting down all day doing nothing, eating crisps and chips and sweets and chocolates, and not Diet Coke, full Coke, sugary drinks. So when you get yourself in the bad metabolic condition, this person has found out that the mitochondria, which we've all got, which when you're healthy you've got a lot of them and they're unhealthy. When you become sedentary and you become lazy and you become unfit and unhealthy and metabolically ill, mitochondria, you can look at your mitochondria and see us ill. You can see us unhealthy, and you can see how it's working is bad, and you can also see that the amount of mitochondria you've got is decreasing, which is basically, that's a sign of aging. As we age, our mitochondria decreases. So if you're just becoming lazy and not exercising, your mitochondria is getting lower, it's decreasing. Therefore, you are getting older. So if you want to age quickly, do nothing. Now, when you exercise, the mitochondria improves the health. And it improves the amount of mitochondria. More mitochondria grow. You build muscle, you're going to build mitochondria, build strength. And what he was saying about the elite athletes, their ability, right? Because a lot of diseases, he believes, is caused by lactate acid build-up in the body. Okay? Now when you do exercise, hard exercise, you build lactate. And then after you finish the exercise, if you're healthy, the body will get rid of the lactate via the liver, kidneys and whatever, and pee it out or whatever, and you get back to normal base, your healthy base of lactic acid in the body. But if you're unhealthy, the body isn't removing the lactate. And for some reason, like people who are sedentary and not getting much exercise, so they're not, like when you exercise hard, you're producing a lot of lactic acid. But when you're sedentary, you're not. But for some reason, when you're sedentary, your mitochondria is getting full of lactate. And the problem is, when the mitochondria become unhealthy, they need to be healthy to stop anything like cancer forming. If your mitochondria is good at removing the lactate, and your body, via the liver and kidneys and whatever, your health is strengthened via exercise, is great at removing lactate, your chances of getting cancer will be decreased. If your body isn't good at removing the lactate and it builds up, then the cells of the body, if they're getting a lot of lactic acid with them, they're becoming prone to getting cancer. Another, like diabetes, will destroy the mitochondria. And more people are getting diabetes. Diabetes will destroy organs in the body. The liver, fatty liver disease and stuff can be caused from diabetes. Pancreas. What happens when you eat sugary foods? The pancreas has got to excrete insulin, the hormone insulin, to reduce the levels of glucose back to, there's a level of glucose which your body should be running at, which in healthy people is probably around 4.7 to 5.6. If you're exercising hard, it might go up to 5.8. I haven't studied my exercising hard glucose because I'm ill, so I can't do hard exercise at the moment. I'm only doing light exercise, but I know if I do any type of exercise or if I have a hot shower, my blood glucose will go up to 5.6. That's just a hot shower. Hot shower, if you go into a sauna is like going exercising without doing anything. You just sit down, sweat. But the body is working hard. The body is put under stress, same as you do when you exercise it. So not only are you sweating out toxins, but the body is having a workout. You can get fit just by going to sauna and doing no other exercise at all. You will get fitter, healthier, and your blood glucose will go up. But the levels, when you're eating high sugary foods, this is why you shouldn't be doing it. You should be eating the foods that just raise your blood glucose a little bit. And your body shouldn't have to produce a lot of insulin. Insulin should be used to help build muscle. And if you're overusing insulin, the pancreas can get damaged. If you're eating too much sugar and the pancreas has got to pump out too much insulin, it can start damaging the pancreas. And this gets a danger when you can't produce insulin anymore. Then you're in a mess. Then you're going to get diabetes, where the high blood glucose is going to damage everything in your body. Your whole entire body will become damaged. And you have to buy, go on insulin from the doctors, medication, inject yourself with insulin. This is one of the worst things you can do for health. Your body will suffer greatly from having to be addicted to insulin. So the best thing to do is just go low carbohydrate, even if you can't go carnivore or LionDiet. So going back to the zone 2 training, the zone 2 training works not on carbohydrate but on fat. When you go into zone 2, you're burning fat. I suppose zone 1 as well, but he thinks zone 2 is the best of all. But gentle exercise, not over above middle of zone 2, I'd say. So work out what your maximum heart rate is, work out what your resting heart rate is, and then you can find out calculators on the internet will give you zone 2. It might be between 125 and 140. So try to get in the middle of that then, just over 130. You know, when you exercise, you can't keep dead on a certain heart rate, so it will go up and down. So you'll be going down to 125, maybe sometimes 120. If you're going downhill, you might go to 110, come back up, hit a hill, might go to 130, 135, 140. But try to keep it in the middle, in the zone 2. And listen to my yesterday's video, and that's what I talk about. I used to train like that. I used to be great. That was the most healthiest my body ever felt when I was cycle training, doing a lot of cycle training. So if you want to do it just for health, which is what I'm planning now, just health, zone 2 training and weight training, and when you do, well, I haven't done the weight training yet, but what my plan is not to go into failure and exhaust, really, like, that's the maximum, pushing your muscles to the maximum. No, just lift weights. Work the muscles a bit. Put them down before they get really tired. Do a couple of sets. Take it easy. Easy training. You don't have to go. No one who's lived till over 100, none of these people have ever been extremely big, extremely strong. No, they've just gone through life active. If you're lifting up and down weights, and you will progress, you will be able to pick heavier weights even if you train easy. You're not going to stress your body, you're not going to stress your ligaments so much, you're not going to get injured so much. There's no need to compete. The competition is to improve your health. That should be the competition. I'm going to compete with myself to make myself healthier than I was the other day. In a year's time, I'm going to be healthier than I was a year ago. I know from my experience with me, when I was pushing myself hard, going for KOM sprints in the Saga segments, racing, that it was so stressful on the body, it didn't feel like it was great for me. It was when I was my 20s and I could recover easy and get fit. It seemed really healthy for me, but now it doesn't. Maybe if I do zone 2 training for a couple of years, maybe 3 years, maybe 5 years, maybe I could do faster things, but do we need to? I've listened to a lot of people who've lived up to 100 giving advice, and a lot of them are saying, avoid stress as much as you can. And go in as hard as you can, these really sprint trainings, is stress. Now and again, my plan is just not bother with all that stress stuff and keep it as less stressful as I can. Training is going to be more moderate and easy. So let me think what I was going to say. The elite athletes that were being looked at to see about the mitochondria and how they're recovering and how healthy they were, the one with the most healthy mitochondria, they were the best at removing lactic acid, lactic build-up when they were exercising. So this has been now the latest thinking in the anti-aging. So if you want to stay young as possible as you can, this is the best training. And zone 2 training, all the elite athletes, which are the best at removing lactic acid, I did the most training at zone 2. Zone 2 is the ultimate training to keep you young, basically. If you want to stay young, zone 2. But also, which I know from my own research, is weight training. If you can still be strong and good at lifting weights, you can do it till 80s, 90s, and you can stay young that way as well. That definitely keeps you young. Don't push it too hard. Don't go too mad. Never overtraining is an aging. It's the opposite of zone 2. Hard sprinting training and doing too much, so overtraining, that's the opposite. That's the type of training which would age you. I did too much of that. I've got too many wrinkles from it, I think. Hard training and going up hills as hard as I can. To my new thinking now, since having this cancer, and I've done a lot of study with the cancer, working out what's the best for me to prevent the reoccurrence of it. Now the other thing which I noticed him saying, he did go on about how high carbohydrates bad and diabetes is bad and everything, but he's also plant-based, into his plant-based, and got reasons why plant-based is good. He's looking at some tribes of Australia and stuff, the Hunzai tribe or something, and some other tribe, and their diet is mainly plant-based, and they have a high carb diet, but they've also got like 1% diabetes and 1 or 2% obese. I'm thinking, well, I don't agree with that. Most tribes were mainly meat. Definitely mainly meat. Yes, we did have some veg. The trouble is with, I think most of us who are on the carnivore diet, is we become damaged by too much veg, too much artificial foods, too much sugar. So obviously our organs have suffered. Plus caffeine, I don't think that's great for us. Plus we've all been alcohol, and so basically when your body's compromised, you can't go back to eating these high carb foods, or if all of a sudden you've got the allergies to plant foods, you can't just go back eating plant foods. So he's an expert saying, yeah, plant food diets are the best. Not for me, they're not. And they're never going to be. I've done 5 years of trying to reintroduce plant foods to a carnivore diet. 5 years on the carnivore diet I've been. 5 years trying to introduce some plant foods back, and each time they failed. I've just come to realise no more plant foods. I'm meat only now, that's it. So that's what he said. And then he came up with a little thing in one of his videos I noticed, where he said, if they could find a drug which was as good as building your health back up and increasing longevity and the chances of death, decreasing chances of death so much as zone 2 training, and they could put that in a bottle, they'd make a fortune. And you know what I automatically thought? because this is what I do think. The LionDiet, that is that fortune, if you could put that in a pill bottle. The LionDiet, I'm telling you now, you do not have to do hardly any much exercise on LionDiet. The LionDiet is such a fasting mimicking diet. You get fit. I feel I'm getting fitter and healthier like I would if I was doing zone 2 training. I've done training all my life. Cycle training and running, swimming, weight training, backpacking. And I know the feeling of you getting fitter, you getting healthier when I was training regular. Recovering, train, get tired, recover, feel better, feel healthier, feel faster. Train again, try harder, go faster. Get tired, rest, recover, repeat, eat well. But on the LionDiet, it's a fasting mimicking diet. It's like when you're fasting, your body's removing all the toxins from the body and it's renewing all the cells. If you've got cancer and you go fasting, what are you doing, dog? Go on, show them what you're doing, quick. Stop now, she's chewing away at that. And if you go on a fasting diet and you got cancer and just eat meat, red meat, which is what the Frenchman did with his colon cancer. If you've got enough body weight to spare, because you will lose a lot of weight, he cured himself against the odds. People with brain cancers have gone on to ketogenic diets and carnivore diets, and there's a lot of them still alive after 8-10 years, which was thought as impossible. So when he said that, I thought there is a diet, mate, but you don't know about it because you're too into plant-based and you're never going to know about it. And I'd be excited to know if I could remove myself from this area to a healthy area. If I could manage to do that, if I could manage to stay on the LionDiet, and if I could start training at zone 2, recover from all my illnesses, my mental illnesses and everything, my high anxiety, if I could do zone 2 training and get myself healthy again, and eat the LionDiet, I'd like to see what the outcomes could be. It's very interesting. I'm hoping there'll be other people interested to follow me to see if I manage to do it, to look back at these videos. So I did want to talk about the paleo ketogenic diet, PKD diet, which I did. Paleo medicinalia or something they call it now. The PKD diet. Now that's a fasting mimicking diet, 100%. For people with cancer or the worst diseases, very bad autoimmune diseases, epilepsy and things. Now the diet they tell you to follow is a very low amount of meat. They recommend just beef, red meat, water, salt. I think I was on something like 400 grams a day. I was on like 40 grams of protein a day. And they'd all tell me it's good for you, yes, it'll help you, we'll get better on this, but like I was on it for a long time. I was like following them, I read everything I could about them. That is a real fasting mimicking diet. If you want to do a true fasting mimicking diet, try that. It's basically like the diet I'm on now, but with a low amount of food. You are really, really fasting. And there was a flaw in it. And the flaw in it is if you're underweight. That's me. I was underweight. So if you're underweight and you're losing weight and you're going too underweight, your body is catabolizing itself, it's eating its own muscles away, you're just becoming more and more ill. Your liver, your kidneys, your organs, they're shrinking. And I was just exhausted on it, absolutely exhausted. So I did a true fast there, but I did have some food. But I was also losing bodily hair on it. Bodily hair? What makes you lose bodily hair? Lack of protein. So, if you're losing bodily hair falling out and things, it can't, even if you eat enough protein, you can still be losing body hair if your digestion isn't working very well. So if you've got a digestive problem, autoimmune disease or something, you're not digesting your food, you can be eating all the protein you want, the right amounts, a lot of it, but you're still losing hair because you're not digesting the food. That I definitely had. I never got diagnosed with it, but I've been saying for years, I'm not digesting my food. I don't seem to digest my food right. Anyway, I've cut a long one today. I hope it was interesting. And I'll keep on doing them, giving my information out, new things I'm learning. There's a lot of things I've learnt. This is why I think I'm worth listening to, and I hope I can be of help to people, especially if you're trying the LionDiet and you want a bit of advice. Like I say, I haven't been found yet. My last video didn't get any views. I hope to be found one day. I'll have all the videos which you can look back on them when you find me. So if you do manage to find me and you like the video, give it a like, subscribe, and write me a comment so I can write back to you. Okay? Thanks. Bye.